Sorry. Before you start with Flutter, the last class you were supposed to have was um I think control flow or something. Yeah, control flow. No, we didn't. So that's the last place we stopped. Yeah. Yeah, so you're supposed to talk about future and streams, those commented things up there and classes. The for loop, the switch, the while, map sets, all of these things. So I think these are the last things too. And Caesar, can you increase the font size? Sorry, Caesar, can you increase the font size of your editor? Yeah, it's better.
definitely smaller than the German Shepherd also, right? And that means if you're building an instance of different dog, that means you're going to be calling a German Shepherd a Chihuahua and a Chihuahua a Pitbull, and in which they are not the same. They have different features, they have different things they can do. Well, I feel like this dog example I'm using, right, is just so it's not so common, and yeah, I am probably going to still like come back, but yeah, let's just keep going. So let's talk about the constructor. So basically, a constructor, I just it just takes a list of values. A constructor just takes a list of values that you use to construct your current class, right? And in order to define a constructor, so this has difference. In order to define a constructor, you define a variable. You define a variable which can be okay, name of the dog, right? Or is it the dog? Oh, breed, yeah. Which can be breed of the dog. So final string, final string, um, breed. Yeah. So it's giving us an error because we are defining it as a final variable, but we're not passing in any value. Anyways, let's try to pass in the value. So in order to create the constructor, you just call the dog and then this dot breed. And yeah, that's how to find a constructor. So this is we passing in the breed into the class that creates the dog, right? So that's just basically what is happening here. Um, anyways, as usual, right? How we kind of concatenate a value into a string, right? How we concatenate the value into a string is by using our dollar sign and then breed. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to pass in a breed, and then we can easily like tell which breed is running, which breed is walking, and which breed is backing. So yeah, let's do this. So breed and breed and breed, right? So that's okay, so we have errors here because now it's telling us that whether we like it or not, we have to pass in we have to pass in a parameter. We have to pass in a parameter, which in our situation, right, is a dot breed. So the breed for this one is a German Shepherd. Then the breed for this one is a Chihuahua. I was just writing Chihuahua Shepherd. Then the breed for this one is a Pit. Let's say we want our German Shepherd to back and we want our Pitbull to run. And what was the last one? I want our Pitbull to oh, we want our Chihuahua to run and we want our Pitbull to walk, right? We can just easily like run this, and now we can see German Shepherd barking, Chihuahua running, and people walking. So that's just basically how to pass the data into a constructor. Okay, so I can see that this example that I gave is a bit too abstract, right? So not everyone is familiar with what we call this, and yeah, I am just going to try to use another example for whatever we're doing here. All right, so let me just comment this out and let's do this. So that was why I created the animal of that in the first place. So the animal is for our animal class, but I just wanted to like use it for fun. Before I continue, sure, does anyone have any question? Yeah, does anyone have any question?
Um, I don't think so.
Oh, all right then. So let's pick the class of animal. Class of animal. So this should this should lead us to somewhere. This should lead us to somewhere. Okay, better still, should I use the cloud? Trying to figure out the best one to work. But anyways, since I already started this, let's 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 start with this. So firstly, right, to build an animal, let's say you want to build any animal, yeah, there are some features you want to like look you want to use to construct that animal. So we're going to, like we did for the constructor, like the way we created the constructor, where we find a variable, find our string break and the likes of that. We're going to use these values to construct a particular animal. It could be a bed, it could be anything, right? It could be anything. So instead of without further ado, I think it's best to introduce it. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Anyways, so we want to define some features, right? So like create an animal. The feature we would like to have in our animal is the animal primate, a primate, primate. I know that there are primates. Primates. Does the animal has two legs or four legs? Final has two legs. Animal has four legs. Four legs. Final seriously. Final has four legs. Final. What else can an animal have? Oh, can fly. Has wings. Has wings. Animal have these carnivores. Carnivores. Final carnivores. Carnivores, right? Final is universe. I can't remember all these features, but I think this should so we have a lot of things animals can do. If we start defining all these features, right, definitely maybe VS Code will be able to contain this, right? But yeah, we'll just stop here. So an animal can be a primate, the animal can be or a higher animal. The animal can have two-legged legs, the animal can have wings. A ca- animal can have, can be a carnivore. The animal can be an herbivore. The animal can be an omnivorous animal, right? So, anyways, enough of all this knowledge already. Let's see, what can an animal do? An animal can walk, very well. Um, basically, what we need. An animal can run. Yeah, an animal can do what they do. Can crawl. An animal can crawl. An animal can have a look. Yeah. But anyways, basically, these are the basic things that an animal can do, right? Okay, yeah. So restless animals can walk, like parrots. So animals can bark. Some animals can grow. A lot. The list is just very, very interesting. Very, very long, right? Well, yeah. Let's see this, right? So we have a lot of features. Yeah, we have a lot of features. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things. Our it's great. In order to create pass in different values, right? You pass in these values as you pass in these values and then you separate them by comma. So we're just going to do it in the of how we define it. So these dots are as primate. This dot is higher handler. This dot has two legs. This dot as follows. This dot has wings. Yeah, this dot is carnivorous. Anyways, please don't mind my spell. Um, this dot is carnivorous, and this dot is carnivorous. Right. So as you can see, there are no there are no error anymore, and then we can easily like perform actions with this. We can easily like perform actions with this, right? Okay. So for this is where our control flow works can work. So for instance, now we have um the several points. Or talk. So for this, we can check if our animal is a higher animal. So if it's higher animal, yeah, if it's higher animal, brings talking. So higher animal talking, right? So another thing we can do is let's define the name of the animal here. So right here on the top, pattern on the name. So what we can do is this animal is talking. So the name of the animal is talking. And then another thing, so if it's not higher animal, right, that's else. Brings animal is not a higher animal. So talking is talking is not possible. Sorry for this long message. So talking is not possible. Okay, yeah. So I still get fine with this. So crow can crow. Um, if animal has wings, or what has it? Yeah, I think it's only animals without wings that can crow, right? Please, I really don't know what this thing, but I'm just using an idea. So brings if an animal has wings, brings animal brings name can't can't crow because it has wings, right? Else means animal or name of the animal is crawling. Name of the animal is crawling. Yeah, that's for that. So basically, most animals can walk. So name of the animal, name of the animal is walking, and then most animals can be running, right? So yeah, even though the speed might differ, but yeah, most animals. So name of the animal is running. What else again? So flipping back. Okay, not all animals come back. How do we differentiate animals taking back? Right. So how do we differentiate animals taking back? We probably come back to this, and we are also not all animals can do that. So yeah, we have to find a way around this. Anyways, we defined our animal, and yeah, there is going to be one problem which I'm going to highlight very very soon. We come here and then we let's call this out. And then we create an instance of an animal. So an animal I can think of is the monkey. It's called animal equals to animal equals to animal, right? Uh, uh, So we are supposed to pass through an animal rights, and yeah, having to cram that in your head, forget the fact that maybe my ID automatically suggested for me if I do something like this, right? And then I can fill it in. So some of you ID code editor ID might not like this. Yeah, it's going to, or your other developer code editor might not like this. So in order for you to walk around this, right, there's something called input parameters. So it allows you to be able to pass parameter in a specific order. So take for instance now we want to pass the values of the animal into this particular animal, right? We have to always come here to check which one is the first one, the name of our animal. Oh, the name of our animal is monkey, right? And then the next feature is primate. So not primate, yeah, the primate. And then what else again? It's the animal, false. And then the next one is has two legs. Not has two legs. Yeah. Anyways, it's that's up to you. It has two legs too. So yeah. Yeah. Does it has four legs? No. So false. And yeah. Does it have wings? False. Um, what else? It's carnivorous. Yes. False. Not exactly carnivorous, but yeah. It's not still carnivorous. It's averse. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, is it omnivorous? To an extent, to right? Or anyways, it depends. So true or false? False. So you can see the ethic steps it took me in order to like fill in this animal, right? Because now I have to like keep coming here to check, and now I can't even know which of these values is which, except maybe I do something very, very interesting. All right, like commenting this one. Oh, seriously, I doing this is private, and then checking for the next one, which is desire animal, and then doing something desire animal, and then I'm doing the same thing here. Has two legs, has four legs, and then I'm doing the same thing here. Has wings, and you can see all the steps we are taking in order for us to just understand whatever we are doing here, which to me makes sense. So yeah, in order to fix this, we use something called a name parameter. And in order to define a name parameter, right, all you just have to do is surround all the values you want to be named with a curly braces. So yeah, here we have, right. Now we have errors because of the fact that um, we are not making the values required, and since this is a name parameter, automatically it's optional. So if you come back here, so if you come back here and then you try to clear the error, we have no error here because none of the variables or none of the values we're passing is actually a compulsory value or a required value, right? So we need to find a way in order to make it required or compulsory. And surprisingly, or all of a sudden, that has that for us. That has that for us. So to do that, you just have to do right required, or by default, you can make really a value nullable. That's if you want it to be null, that means the user doesn't have to pass anything. You can make it nullable and automatically the error disappears, right? But in our case, we want to be able to define every property that makes up this our class or makes up our animal. So we want all our values to stay required, and that's what we're going to do. So let's make it required. 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 And required. Now our heroes are back. Um, our heroes are back. Okay. And now we have to like pass in the values completely. And to do that, now it's just going to be very much easy because once you, I don't know if it's control or so Windows, but once you go to control and then paper, you have all the list of values you can pack in, and this time you don't have to follow a particular order. So if you can remember, the first one is the name. The first value we are passing is the name. In this one, we can decide to like, okay, start with as for legs, right, and then pass in as for legs. So does it have four legs for me? I would say no. And then does it have two legs? Does it have wings? No. Um, does it have? Is it carnivorous? Maybe. Well, let's use first. Is it herbivorous? True. Is it higher first? Is it omnivorous? True, false, true, false, false. Let's use false. I'm not sure of the first one. Is primate is a primate for yeah, true rather. And then the name monkey. So whether we like it or not, even though our monkey is the last value, it's still it's still like pointing to monkey in this particular in this particular whatever class, right? So one thing is you can use a required parameter alongside your name parameter, and in order to do that right, you, you can use an unnamed parameter rather alongside the name parameter, and in order to do that, all you just have to do is move. Let's make our name unnamed, right? So you just have to move this before the curly braces and required and that. Oh, the call ends on 10 minutes max.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyways, you have this thing. You have your unnamed name. You have your unnamed name, and then you come here. So as usual, our name as expected, right? Our name already disappeared. So that means and this is giving an error because the first parameter is meant to be the name of the animal, in which our case is monkey. So we are going to extract our monkey from here and then take it here and paste it, and our error is fixed. So you can see we don't have to make this name right. We don't have to make it name, and the rest are named. So that's regarding that. Yeah. So let's try to maybe make our monkey back. And let's see. Did I do that? Okay, back was not implemented. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's try to make our monkey talk. See what happens. So let's say monkey talk, right? And then let's run this. So once you try to run this, you should get our find error, except that rubbish. Animal is not a higher animal, so talking is not possible because yeah, this is our error message. So if you want to relate this to a real world, right? Let's say you're trying to log into an application, an admin application to be precise, and you are not an admin. This is just basically how it is being defined in your application. Somewhere where they're telling you, hey, guy, we don't know you. You're not an admin of this application, so it's not possible for you to like enter this application, and that's how they like decline your access to a particular application. Just telling you, just in case you need the idea whenever you're building an application, right? And then yeah, monkey talking. So let's try to build a bed. I think. Oh yeah, I can remember now. I saw a stretch. So yeah, let's build an ostrich. Animal, ostrich. And then it goes to animal. So let's define it by hand. Let's define all this by hand. Um, so has four legs? No, definitely. No, it has four legs, true. Has wings, true. But it doesn't mean it can fly. Okay, that's another error. Ostrich. That's why we're getting an error. We have to pass on the ostrich. And then as for like as wings, it's carnivorous, of course, but it can be with these herbivorous. It's introverts. Can be said. I really am not sure about this. Diana offers like the prime is omnivorous, of course. Is no, I'm not an animal expert, so yeah, things that I say that are correct. It's prime is false. And yeah, we have our ostrich, and if we try to tell our ostrich to go, okay, one more thing we failed to do here. Instead of saying, right, let's do this. So let's say ostrich got 12 also, right? Try to make our ostrich talk because it's not an higher animal. Monkey is not a higher animal, so talking is not possible. Ostrich is not a higher animal, so talking is not also possible. Now what else again? Crow. Okay, so yeah, let's try to make our ostrich crow. So ostrich is crow, and then let's try. This you need to take the English classes. Can't crow. Can't crow because that way because it has a wing, so electric. Ostrich can crawl because it has wings. And if we try to make our monkey crawl, monkey is crawl. Um, yeah, monkey is crawling. So that's just kind of like a base example of what you use a class for. So a class is a blueprint of whatever object you're building, and a class is what defines the properties of a class and what of an object and what the object can do. Right. So we are using basically every value is passed in the constructor to construct whatever object you're building using a class as our blueprint. I don't know if I'm talking, if I'm speaking. So, yeah, if you have a question, please feel free to ask because and this particular class part of that or part of programming right is quite tricky, and I don't know for some reasons right. Even though it might be simple, it still takes a while for some people to grasp. So I'm trying as much as possible to make it as grasp it as immediate as possible, and I have not seen anything. Because yeah, all these things I'm saying are definitely complete with all information. But for next time, right, it should be able to teach me more things like this. Anyways, if you have a question, right, maybe there's something I missed and I'm not talking about, so yeah, just feel free to talk before I continue. You can drop in the comment section or in the chat box. All right. In that case, let's continue. So you can see we have a lot of things, right? Like I mentioned earlier, if you have to start define every feature of an animal in this class, right, the chances are yes, we will not be able to we will not be able to take whatever we're doing here. Yeah, we'll not be able to take whatever we're doing here, right? And yeah, it's just going to be too bulky, and also the code is just going to get probably too long, and that introduces us to something called abstraction. So abstraction is just more or less like a way to trying to put it right in English. It is um, as the English implies, right? Abstraction is just basically you abstracting some features of some functionalities, so that you can basically reuse them for different animals. An extension is extending the properties of or whatever features a particular class or object has into a new object. So let's say for instance now, yeah, let's do this. You have an abstract class of it. So I just like if I'm trying to implement this particular let's class of it. Okay. You know that a bird can fly. Uh, by default, a bird can fly. By default, a bird can fly. A bird can they walk? Can all of them walk? Is there anything I'm missing? All of them can walk. So yeah. But a bird can walk. But there are some birds that cannot talk, right? Or there are a lot of birds that cannot talk. A lot of birds cannot talk. Birds cannot talk. A lot of birds are not carnivores. Are not carnivores, right? But we just need that common thing between birds, right? We just need them to find here. So, yeah, seriously, all birds, yeah, all birds kind of like hatch eggs. They hatch eggs, or lay eggs. Seriously, and the lay eggs, they hatch it also, hatch eggs. So, this is just we abstracting the common features of a bird, so that whenever we want to create,
Sorry, Caesar. The call is about to
okay,
end. I don't know if I should create a new link and we continue, or we continue next Friday.